Hi Pisces, and welcome to your Healing Tarot reading. This is a timeless tarot reading, as I intend the messages of this reading to come to you when you need some healing. All the tarot decks that I'm using are listed in the description if you are interested in that information. Ooh. So Pisces, let's see what energy you need to heal to move forward. Some of you, this could be a big energetic wound you need to heal. Others of you, it could be, something kind of smaller that you need to just finally release and let go of. It's a general reading, so it will be different for everybody. So let's pull a card here to see what energy you need to embody to move towards healing. All right, Pisces, we have the Shadow Queen, acquiring knowledge, insecurity, and manipulation. This here, Pisces, is letting you know that you really need to get in touch with your shadow self, okay? And, hold on, let me make that, okay, there we go. And the shadow self isn't so much always about what you're afraid of, your fears, what you feel guilty, angry. Sometimes getting in touch with your shadow self is more about accepting that part of yourself and recognizing that your shadow self is where your courage comes from. When you're in fight or flight, that's your shadow self kicking in. So your shadow self is not evil. It is not bad. It is not something you should wish to rid yourself of. If anything, you should desire to really get in tune and in touch with your shadow self and see how it does serve you and empower you. If it's left undisciplined, then it definitely can get out of control and you can, have a temper, do a lot of stupid things. But this is telling you, really get to know your shadow self, get comfortable with it. It's a part of you, and that is what's going to help you move forward. So let's draw some cards to see what it is that you need to heal. Okay, so we have summons and the warrior. So right away, I know that your spirit has been broken somehow, some way. And then look at this, and we have love. So Pisces, to me, the Pisces that I'm reading for, the healing that needs to take place here is like some of you have lost your inner light, your spark, your desire, your drive, your will, your passion, and that might be what this Shadow Queen is about. It's like many of you may be feeling kind of dark, depressed, things like that. Now, with love here, most of the time people automatically think of romance, and for many of you, that's probably what it's talking about. But the root issue is, the emotion of love, whether it's with a romantic partner, a child, a parent, a friend, a coworker, there's an aspect that has been damaged. And with summons and the warrior here, it's like you don't feel like you're magic. You just feel empty, depleted, like you don't have the fight left in you. But you do, Pisces. So let's see what the path to healing is. How do we begin that journey to healing? And I'm going to draw more cards to get more information about what this is specifically. But it's definitely a matter of the heart that has left you feeling completely empty, like you've lost your inner spark. We have a spirit of the earth. So this here is saying, Pisces, you need to really get grounded in your physical self, in your practicality, and not so much be in the clouds or, you know, wherever you are about this situation. And what I mean is sometimes if we are experiencing a lot of fear-based emotions and thoughts, that's being up in the clouds too, okay? You need to ground yourself, come back down to earth, and, you know, recognize that even though you are incredibly spiritual and you experience reality in a much different way than many of the other signs, right now this isn't a time to be like searching the vast abyss of the universe for information or where your place is or anything like that. You need to come back down to earth and ground yourself. And this comes into that shadow queen. You need to allow your shadow self to be grounded into the earth experience as much as you let the light of your soul, okay? Dream traveler. So you are getting a lot of information in your dream time from your ancestors, from, you know, the spirit realm, trying to help you work through this and walk through this. But more to the point is, whatever this entails had something to do with a dream of your heart or like a deep desire of your soul. And because it did not work out, I feel like that's kind of why you're floating out in the abyss, like in your emotional body and in your mental body. You're not grounded because it was a loss for you, and that's why you're just feeling so defeated and depleted and all of that. So let's pull some cards, Pisces, to see what this experience is doing for you on a soul level. What is the soul lesson here for Pisces through this experience? Look at this. We got love twice, Pisces. Twice here. And we have desire. And then self. And then journey. Wow, 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 Pisces. So I am feeling for many of you, not all of you because this is general reading, but for most of you, this definitely is about a romantic partnership that did not work out, okay? For whatever reason, you know, that's really irrelevant, the reason why the relationship didn't work out, okay? We're focused on the healing and the soul lesson, like why did this experience play out the way that it did? And what I see here is you, Pisces, your desire for what you want, for who you think you love, who you think you should be with, you know, things of that nature, those who you feel should be in your life, like your desire has been stronger than like your love for self. Again, this comes back to being grounded. And so whatever this experience, you know, is for you personally, in regards to love, that has left you with a big energetic wound that is making it really hard for you to move forward. It's all about boundary and self-love, because we have love and we have self here, and then we have journey. All right, so this whole experience is a journey leading you to self-love, the kind of love that overrides your desire and love for another person or thing, okay? It's all about connecting to yourself. This is what this entire experience was about. And, you know, this here, until you come into that place where you recognize where you were sacrificing yourself for what it is you think you want. And this is like not in a healthy way, because if you're trying to pursue a goal or achieve a dream, you really do have to put a lot of time and energy into that. That's not what I'm talking about here. It's like, especially, you know, the Shadow Queen, your desire for what you want or who you want is stronger than your desire for your love for yourself. Okay? So let's see what the associated emotions are with this, and you know, they need what needs to be healed and grown inside of you. Also, for some of you, it's like you have been living the life of what everybody else tells you you should be, and you know, and this all happened because the universe is really trying to connect you in with yourself. Like, who are you inside, Pisces? What does your heart really desire? Okay, sometimes it cannot be all about the ones you love. It has to be about yourself. And this is Selfhood Journey. This whole experience is about that, is leading to that, is a journey with yourself. So let's see what emotions are associated and need healing. So we have jealousy, envious, suspicious, possessive, confused, disorientated, bewildered, puzzled, and stress, tense, strained, under pressure. So Pisces, yeah, I feel as though somebody has made you feel second best, and like you self-sacrificed because you're like, no, I really want you, but they're not really good to you. And it's like, I gave all of this, I don't understand why this isn't working out, okay? And it's like, you feel like adding more pressure is gonna help it, but that's not what's gonna help the situation, okay? I really feel like this has to do with romance. Or a situation where you're feeling kind of rejected or second place to somebody else. And you were like pursuing because it's what you wanted. And ultimately you ended up empty-handed. And now you're in this place of the Shadow Queen, but you're on the wrong side of it. Like, it's in the fear-based. It's, you know, in the insecurity. It's in like, I want to have revenge. Where the universe is saying, no, there's another side to your shadow self, and it's where you gain, where you call upon great strength and courage to move forward, to move beyond, you know, the human desire into a journey of self-love and putting yourself first and asserting yourself and putting the boundaries in place and not being afraid, okay? So let's pull a card to crown the reading between the soul lesson and the associated emotions. Intuitive communication, silent whispers of the heart. Wow. Pretty profound right there, Pisces. This whole journey, again, it's all about self-love, like leading you to yourself, but also more than that, it's about your intuition, and it's like you weren't listening to your own like heart telling you because you didn't want to hear what it had to say, okay? You were ignoring the Shadow Queen inside of you, the one that was trying to prompt you to the darkness that, you know, looms ahead. Because think about this, a dark situation requires dark energy for protection, but that doesn't mean that you're not using the light, the, you know, of your soul to guide you forward through the darkness, if that makes sense, okay? So this really, the lesson here, Pisces, through this experience is all about trusting yourself, connecting with yourself, loving yourself, and having the desire for your own happiness, peace, stability above all others. Because if you are not grounded in yourself, in your human experience, you're of no help to anybody. Okay, and it disconnects you from your intuition. So this whole experience was really about calling attention to yourself about what you are allowing to distract you and pull you off your path, disconnect you from your self-love. And once you recognize that, it's like your intuition is even stronger. Okay? Like, this whole experience was to push you into developing that intuition. So let's pull some cards to see what the path to healing is for you guys. Oh, and you know what else, Pisces? I feel as though some of you, the reason why we're disconnected from the universe or losing faith in the universe or being in this dark frame of mind is because some of you feel like the universe has led you wrong. Like your intuition is actually what led you wrong. And I have to say this, Pisces, please do not hate the messenger. That is not what happened here. Your desire of what you want is what confused you. It was not your intuition. It was not the universe. It was your own desire of what you wanted. You did not pay attention to any of the red flags, any of the warning sign, anything like that. Okay, so some of you definitely, that's how this unfolded, is you feel as though the universe misled you, but it did not. All right. So we have air, focus, path to journey, go steady. So we have journey here twice. So this journey is only getting started, Pisces, with your connection to yourself and your intuition and learning to overcome what it is that you want and allowing your life to really flow. Okay? Water, reflection, death and rebirth. Yes, this is a very transforming experience for you. I mean, with intuitive communication and the dream traveler, Pisces, it's like the universe is saying, I don't care what you had planned for your life, I have a plan for your life. And you are a person of the light. You have soul work here to do for the upliftment of humanity. It's deeper than just the normal human experience, okay? There's a rebirth taking place within you, and you're only going to be so much more amazing for it. Yes, play and be amazed. You don't have to take everything so seriously. See the universe in new eyes. Really ground yourself in your physical experience, and don't get so caught up in all the metaphysics and energy of everything, okay? The universe is saying like that you got lost in that space. It's time to come back down to earth, really ground yourself into yourself and connect with Mother Earth, Gaia, and see things, you know, from a physical perspective as well. And open up, be playful, be amazed, be surprised. Look at this. And then we have the healing. There is infinite potential for you, Pisces, as you allow the healing to unfold inside of you. I just feel like whatever you thought your life was about and your mission or whatever, like it is, the universe is like, nope, I got something way better in store for you, something much different than, you know, you have planned for yourself. You've got to learn so much more about who and what you are and what you're capable of, and then you need to allow yourself to birth into all of this you know, reflection, understanding, and study from the journey that you've been on. All right, like you've got to allow that to happen. It's not just like this is the energy lined up for you. It's there for you, Pisces, but it is a choice. We all have the choice. We can take 10 years to move through a lesson of the soul, or we can get on board right away and move through it much quicker. It's really up to you. It's just, this is something that you have to learn and understand this lifetime for where you're headed. And again, I just, with all of this, though, the Pisces in this reading, all of you are very spiritual, and you are having a struggle between your light and your dark based on something that's happened, and it's just like kind of disconnected you from the universe, from yourself. So let's get some advice here for you. Just look at this. We have focus on reflection and then make your move and, you know, into healing, if you want to look at it that way. All right, so we have creativity. This is saying connect in to the divine feminine aspect of yourself, because death and rebirth, there is something birthing inside of you, Pisces, and you need to let it happen. You know, put your desires and your wants aside and let your life flow. There's a lot of information coming to you in dream time. Prosperity, yes, this is saying let your life flow. Do not hold on tightly to anything, even if you are worried about being in a time of lack. When you hold on tightly and you don't allow movement in your life, that's the energy that you choose to work with. When you trust the universe and you continue to allow flow, you will have prosperity. And the big picture. This is saying when you allow yourself to rise above, you will finally have the key, because you will see the big picture of why everything has played out the way it did, what it was teaching you, where it's leading you. Okay? You receive this key to where you are truly wanting to go, and I feel like it has a lot to do with a particular dream or goal. I mean, look at those, these two cards are both very green, so I feel as though they are absolutely speaking to each other. So Pisces, really allow yourself to recognize that whatever happened that put you in this place, you're not seeing it for what it truly is. And when you do that, that's where your freedom comes. But you've got to ground yourself, okay? And you've got to not be afraid to take your dreams and ground them into the earth reality, and trust the universe will have your back. Even though you may have felt like the universe led you wrong, it didn't. It was your own desire was so strong that it got into the way of the flow of your life. So, you know, everything happens for a reason, and the universe is perfect. Never forget that. And we are always learning and growing, and all of this has to do with your spiritual gift at the end of the day. Like, this experience is building you and growing you for steps further in the future, and you will understand that. But by healing yourself, you let go of jealousy, confusion, and feeling stressed out and overwhelmed. So Pisces, I hope that you have enjoyed this reading and have found it helpful. I am sending you lots of love and light. Take care.